G'day, just doing a little video on the Guide 10 with using AgNav 3 software. So yeah, pretty simple. This is your screen. You got your switch, got your receiver, and your IMU sensor. This is your antenna if you're using phone reception. If you've got a SIM card plugged in, or you can also have a radio plugged in if you're using like a base station or something. Just a basic overview about the screen. So you've got the satellites up in the top left. So 20 is the number of satellites, and then 1 is the status of the signal. So that can be fixed or floating. You kind of need it to be fixed. To be creating AB lines and for better accuracy. So between 1 and 4, you need to be showing there, which sort of depends on what GPS you've got set up. You got your number of what guidance line you're on, how far off you are, which way you need to go, your speed, and your coverage. This might be set up in a different it might be set up in mu, which is the Chinese measurement. So to change that, if you hit settings in the bottom left, and then if you go to system settings, or system setup, sorry, and basic settings up the top, then you've got, units of measurement, language, area, data source, everything else there. So you probably need to change that area units to hectares or acres, whatever you want. Cool. Back on the main screen, on the right hand side you've got a quick way to create an AB line. We can go through that later. Then you've got your nudge, if you need to nudge your line across to the right or to the left, or you need to re-zero. Then you've got coverage. If you've got that on, then it's going to be colouring in whilst you're driving, and adding to your coverage. Then you've got, the sun over on the left, or just your different lighting settings. Your implement, so whether you got isobus, mine's not registered for isobus, so it's going to say unregistered. Plow width, that's your implement geometry. Setting up your implement, we'll probably come back to that. And your center offset. So draft correction. If the implement's not in the center, or if it's offset, especially after you go around corners or something as well. So that question mark, the question mark on the left is a bit of a help button. It's got reverse heading. So if the tractor's going in the opposite direction to you, you hit that button. So that might happen if you've turned the GPS on and then reversed out of the shed, or you've just backed up in the paddock a little bit. You might just need to hit that and it should switch it around. Remote assistance is, if you're on the phone to someone and you need to dial into with a tech, and they can help you out. So that'll take you elsewhere and they can run you through that. I just go, that little arrow is how to get back. Then you've also got, your markers. There's that little flag in the top left as well. So adding a marker, if it's a tree or a hole, or a stump or something, then you can add it there. Or you've got your sign, or you got your list of them, and then you've got directions to your last marker. So a bit more about the setup. So starting off, your GPS settings, so your GNSS settings. Here it probably says RTK to begin with. So if you hit the drop down, there's SPP, DGPS, RTK, EPP, DRS, and HPPP. SPP is single point positioning. That's 5 meter accuracy. DGPS is 1 meter accuracy. Both the E and H PPP, precision point positioning. They're just using different satellites, but HPPP will get you 10 centimeter accuracy, but it may take up to 15 minutes to load. So every time you turn on your GPS, it'll take 15 minutes to get a precise positioning. And they're all free to air. Then RTK you need to unlock if you're using a base station, or if you're using a SIM card and using like cores, which is free in Australia. So I'll just show you if you are selecting RTK. So these will give you better accuracy. You might not have that yet. So first things first, you go to About, and then you've got your software versions, firmware, and you go to Register. So here it is. Setting it up, these might not be, they might be red, saying not registered. So you can send this number to a CHC Nav tech, and they will register it for you, and then you can carry on. But for it to register, you need to have phone reception. So I've been caught out by this. If you slide down from the top right, that little triangle button, that's your Wi-Fi. So you can connect to Wi-Fi there. You need to have Wi-Fi on for this to work. Otherwise, if you don't have reception, they can send you a file and you can download the file. It's a little bit trickier, but that's the option if you don't have phone reception. So once you're registered, I'll show you the updates later. Once you're registered, and if you're on RTK, you'll have this receiver button. In here, you're pretty much choosing what, setting up what system. If you've got at the top, if you've got the external radio for a base station, or if you're using the tablet, so the phone reception for cores. SWOS Global is not available in Australia at the moment, but it will be eventually. So external radio, if you've got it plugged in, you can put whatever else in you need there. It might not let me do this. I don't have a radio plugged in, so it might not work. But if you choose tablet network, then if you have reception, and then you can add in all your cores details there. That's all free in Australia. So I'm just going to get out of that. And for, I'm just going to put us on DGPS for now. So yeah, RTK will get you down to 1 inch accuracy, 2.5 centimeter. Then you want to go do steering calibrations. In here, sort of like your vehicle setup. So front steer, rear steer, all that. You're going to choose front steer. Then hit next. Then you have all your measurements, vehicle measurements, and then your measurements of where your receiver is positioned. And yeah, whether you're to the right of the center, if you've positioned the receiver to the right of the center of the tractor, or in front or behind the rear axle. So make sure you get those measurements right. Put the numbers in, so click on it, put the number in. To get rid of the keyboard, you hit this little arrow in the bottom, and then once you put the numbers in, make sure you hit apply. Then hit next. This is where your IMU sensor is positioned, or how it's positioned. So if the tractor's facing that way and you've got it like this is pointed to the back of the tractor, then you've got that set up to rear. Yeah, if you had that pointing towards the front of the tractor like that, then you'll have that to the front. So yeah, and then apply and complete. Then implement geometry. So this is all your implements. You can have multiple here, and if you click one, well, you have to add them first, obviously, and then click one and apply. But I'll show you how to add. And then it's just putting in your measurements. Inline offset calculation is that calculation where the implement's offsetted differently from when you're turning to the right and turning to the left. So we're going to go back out of that. Then farm menu. You can set up farms here, so you add a farm, new farm, put in whatever, and hit OK. Created. You can hit that. You can also click field in the bottom right. So here you've got individual fields. So same again, new field. One, operator. Okay. And then here you can click detail. And here you can, you've got your boundaries, your guideline, and your jobs. Boundaries, you can add or import. So if you're adding a boundary, cleaning pathway. If the fence is on your right hand side as you're going around, click that. Or if it's on your left, click that. Or if you're driving over where you want the boundary to be, have that one. And then plan. So you start, and then as you drive around, it will map it. And then end. If we go back to settings, farm menu, go back into this and click field, test detail, You can also import them. This is from your file system, so I'll show you that in another video. Guidelines, you can add them here, or import them. Also exporting them, sorry. We'll start with the add. So yeah, you've got a few more options here to add a guideline. Yeah, pretty basic. Yeah, just one point to another. You've got a point and a heading. And then, yeah, these are all a bit different, but yeah. Oh, sorry, to create those, hit one and create in the top right. Job managers, again, yeah, just add, create a new task. Spray. And then if you hit details, you can see how much is done. So it's a good idea to make sure you create a new task every time you're doing a new job. And then you'll have an accurate worked area that, yeah, can be helpful. Especially if you're spraying or something. I'm going to back out of all this. You can also set up guidelines here. Same as the other place. Just a bit quicker to get to. System setup. Oh, yeah, so you saw basic settings before. Alarm settings. The main one to pay attention to here is probably GNSS accuracy. That is in meters. You can see that 0.1. So that's 10 centimeter accuracy. So it might be alarming you if you don't have 10 centimeter accuracy. So if you're in a spot where you might, just because of the reception, you might have 11 centimeter accuracy and you need to come in and change that. One of the GPS settings, we only get, I think it's 26 centimeter accuracy here, and the alarm is set to 25, so we have to bump that up just for this little area here. But that's mainly if you're using steering more, so yeah. Don't need to worry about port settings, backup and restore settings, so yeah. Yeah, we're not backing up, so that's fine. Then, yeah, back to your main screen and you should be good to go. So, I haven't got a guideline selected because I created a new paddock. If I apply that, I have guidelines again, and yeah, pretty simple. Cool.